MSMR were one of the best synth pop bands within the idiom. Lizzie and Max, who kind of met up at Vassar, Lizzie's vocals were absolutely nonpareil. Incredible voice, and Max's kind of textures and kind of synth patterns were incredible. Indeed, a couple of their songs, one in particular, the intro is the best I've ever heard in any pop song, period. Incredible. Lizzie is from London. She has an American accent. And, I can empathise with that because when I lived in America, when I was studying in America, John Frusciante actually used to kind of take me up over my accent, he was quite amused at it and used to kind of critique it. So I started speaking in Americanese and acquired the habit. And when I came back to Ireland, it took me about 4 years to get rid of that accent. And now I speak like I do. Liz is actually a very powerful lady in the music business. She co-founded Neon Gold label. And on their roster, they have Charlie XCX and Matt Mason. So they're quite an amazing label. But Liz is an incredible vocalist. And MSMR, one of the best. One of the best TV shows back in the day was Person of Interest. Absolutely fantastic. And they had an episode that was the best episode called Relevant. It was absolutely incredible. And starring Sarah Shahi, who was incredible. But the icing on the cake was the Kills and their song Future Begins Slow, Future Starts Slow. It was absolutely incredible. It just made the episode, and I've become a major kind of fan, kind of influenced a bit by the Kills. Hotel and Alison. Hotel's a very tasty guitarist, and Alison is an incredible singer, but also Hotel does kind of unison vocals with her that are just, très cool. They're just the coolest band ever, and they're kind of aesthetic with the, leather jacket and jeans. They're just absolutely awesome. And also, Hotel was married to Kate Moss for 4 years. But they really are quite an awesome band, influenced by Velvet Underground, Captain Beefheart, Fugazi, Sonic Youth, but also Royal Trucks. They're major fans of Royal Trucks, but Kills are an awesome band. Also Kasabian, kind of 70s nostalgia, a little retro. Fantastic band. Prefer their first incarnation. Still though, quite awesome. They themselves primarily, ironically, influenced by Primal Scream and also by The Who and also by Morricone. So kind of disparate influences, but a fantastic band. Any Intersections, amazing. With Kasabian, when Little Sims was on the Steve Enemy interview with Cillian Murphy, I made a cameo appearance, and Little Sims is on Sergio's solo album. Also with Kasabian, I used to teach a guy called John O'Malley. I used to teach him in the late 1980s, early 1990s in the Wright Music Centre. Great guy, great student. And he ended up doing mixing for their album Empire. Also MSMR, John O'Mahony again mixed 2 of their singles, which is quite something because, again, as I said, they're kind of an incredible synth-pop band. And with the Kills, John O'Mahony co-produced their album Ash and Ice. So he mixed it and he also co-produced it. Now that's incredible because they are, as I said, an awesome band. Just three bands that kind of maybe influenced a little bit by, but just kind of want to put it out there because I think they're worth listening to. So MSMR, The Kills and Kasabian. Three fantastic bands, disparate but excellent. Thank you very much for listening.